There's something beautiful about a perfect sphere. It symbolizes a sort of confined infinity. Take the Earth, for example. There's no edge where you fall off. Everything is bound and vast at the same time. So many possibilities. Playing sports implements these spheres into our lives, reminding us that we too have this possibility. It's very acute, easy to play, hard to master, and you have to play by the rules. Red number 3 began his racing career in the beginning of 2017, at the height of marble sports. His first televised competition was a lesser-known sand rally in France.
Dépasse blanc et prend la tête. Rouge numéro 3 qui était vraiment au milieu de peloton, en arrière de peloton et qui se retrouve leader de cette course alors qu'il reste très peu de distance.
Although it was a small victory, it was a decisive one, gaining red number 3 fans across the globe. This newfound support eventually pushed red number 3 to enter into the funnel race, along with some of the Sand Marble Rally All-Stars. Unlike his first race, however, red number 3 would flounder on the funnel.
Difficult area to tell. When speed picks up so much, look at him rotating around. All right, it's Snake's Tub down through there. It was Dragon's Egg and Slimer. Red number 3 can't do that come from behind like he did in that first race.
With a 29th place finish in the event, red number 3 realized that he would be better off sticking to the sand rallies that made him famous in the first place. Where better to prove himself than in the largest Sand Marble Rally tournament in the world? As the 2017 Sand Marble Rally concluded, red number 3 finished 5th in the final race for an overall second-place finish. He had come from obscurity and mediocrity to become a total success. He had fame and fans worldwide.
Takes the lead, nudges him out of the way, but red number 3 is not giving up. Right behind him, bounding over. Can he get the lead again? Yes, he does. Fighting back there, but there's Black Knight right behind. And red number 3 is going to come across and take the win.
I was competing with red number 3 for pretty much the whole 2017 rally. That guy was just pure talent. None of us had ever heard of him before, but it became obvious that he was a really good racer. We didn't really realize until the 4th race just how good he was, though.
From a really young age, all Red ever wanted to do was race. We were always ready to race him, but he very quickly got way too good for us. It was just so nice seeing him compete in the big leagues. We weren't necessarily expecting great things. It was just good that he got to compete. But then he started winning.
Red number 3 came back stronger than ever the next year. With 5 medals in 8 races, he won the Sand Marble Rally by 22 points.
He was just incredible. You felt like as soon as he entered the starting gate, you were playing for second. Nobody could beat him.
Red number 3 in 2018 was just the pinnacle of marble sports. In a group of 20 marbles, the best sand racers in the world, no less, he came in the top 5 times. It's just 8 races. He's without a doubt the best pure sand racer ever.
I actually won a race in 2018 where red number 3 came second. It was an amazing feeling, but at the same time there was that feeling of, did I really just beat the best marble of all time? Even in defeat, he exuded victory.
Red winning in 2018 was pretty much the best thing ever. He'd been training so hard for so long, and coming just short in 2017 was really hard for him. But he bounced back and he kept working. We were so proud of him, not just the victory, but just all of his work and dedication too.
The guy was impressive, I'll grant him that. But a few times in 2018, he seemed almost too impressive. You started to get the feeling that something was off. Nobody can be that good all the time. Something wasn't right.
Well, I've known for a while that red number 3 has this small hole under him. When I first saw this, something was up with him.
Wow, That explains everything.
This discovery could explain why red number 3 is so dominant.
We need answers.
It's not the same material.
Believe it or not, material has a huge effect.
Disqualified.
But where is the proof?
Listen, I think you are just blowing this out of proportion.
Here's the real question.
I demand DNA
There
testing.
isn't a
This is
problem.
the biggest scam.
We have our answer.
Red number 3, the fan favorite, the undisputed champion, was not a marble.
I was completely shocked. I couldn't believe that Ellie had let in someone that was not a marble.
The criticism came quickly.
When this story broke, I was stunned. To think that all these years I've been competing against someone in good faith, and it turns out he's been cheating like this? Unbelievable.
I mean, I'm not particularly surprised. It always seemed clear to me that something fishy was going on. I'm very interested to see what happens next. Personally, I think red number 3 should be banned from sand racing. It's only fair.
We have to consider how this affects last year. Red number 3 dominated the 2018 Sand Marble Rally, but it really seems like he did it unfairly. I think it's certainly accurate to say that I won last year's rally, with Super Bowl in second.
However, some defended him.
This is so stupid. He's the same weight as the rest of us. I really don't think it matters if he was once a keychain. This is just grumbling from marbles who are bitter they lost to him.
I raced a lot with red number 3, and I can definitely say that he was just a fantastic competitor. Sure, he may be a different material, but I don't think it matters. He won in 2018 because he trained hard and outcompeted us.
That as long as red number 3 weighs the same as the other competitors, I don't have a problem with him staying in the Sand Marble Rally. I think it's nice to see some diversity among the racers.
Many claimed that his material gave him an unfair advantage.
It's ridiculous. He's clearly a different material. Hey, people, different materials roll differently. That's a massively unfair advantage.
It's just ridiculous. You wouldn't let a marble made out of rubber join because it'd be way more bouncy even if it weighed the same. It's exactly the same with red. He weighs the same, but he's more slippery. How is that fair?
Even his supporters agreed that the different material was at least cause for concern.
I mean, it's certainly something to think about. I really think that as long as he's the same weight, it shouldn't matter, but there should be guidelines at least.
Well, I think it needs to be addressed what kind of marbles are allowed. I mean, marbles are made of different materials, like clay, for example. Are those marbles technically allowed, or is it strictly glass marbles? Yeah, I'm not sure if other types of marbles should be allowed. I think this needs to have been clarified beforehand.
I mean, yeah, he's a different material, but I've known him for a really long time. Just obviously my whole life. I don't think he's meant to be dishonest. Rez has always been self-conscious, and I think he's just worried about people treating him different. He's always wanted to win or lose just based on who he was.
Tonight, for the first time, red number 3 breaks his silence. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special live interview. I'm here tonight with red number 3. Red, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Rick.
So, Red, you're probably the most popular Sand Marble Rally competitor. You're the unquestioned champion of sand racing. People talk about your dominance in the same sentence as the Savage Speeders. Then it all falls apart. Walk me through the moment when you found out that this story had broken.
Well, I was just coming back from a training session. I looked at the TV and saw the header. It said something like, "Not a marble, massive scandal with red number 3," or something like that. I just kind of shrugged it off at first. You know, when you're an athlete, people say random stuff about you all the time. You just kind of learn to let it go.
And when did you realize how big this story really was?
About 2 days later, I saw them talking on TV about should red number 3 be allowed to compete in next year's rally. I looked online and saw that they'd confirmed I'm not a marble, and it really hit me. I kind of broke down, I guess. I just thought my career was over.
Why didn't you tell anyone that you're not a marble?
You know, I honestly thought it never mattered. I've been such a huge fan of marble racing my whole life. All I ever wanted to do was race, so I removed my keychain and went into training. Eventually, I slimmed down to be the exact weight and size of all the other marbles.
So in your view, you didn't do anything wrong?
Absolutely not. It never gave me any kind of advantage in any race.
Well, a lot of people think you were being deliberately dishonest because if people knew, you thought they wouldn't let you compete. How would you respond to that?
That's not it at all. Look, I just didn't want people to judge me. All my life I've been that one weird keychain. I finally reached a community that had accepted me. I became Red the Marble, Red the Racer, Red the Competitor, and above all, just Red. That nice guy who you hang out with after training, who always encourages you during races. I didn't want to be Red the Keychain or Red the different one.
How can the public trust you now?
I mean, I think a weigh-in would be a good step. I have nothing to hide, and I'll defend my honor against everyone accusing me of cheating. I'll take any action necessary to prove that I'm not a cheater.
Before you came out onto the stage, I played some clips of interviews I filmed with some of your competitors. Did you watch those?
Yeah, I saw them.
How would you respond to Phoenix, who now claims that he was the true winner of last year's Sand Rally?
That's absurd. Phoenix came second in 2018. Of course he's looking for reasons to discredit me. But saying I don't deserve my title, that's ridiculous. Even if the material did help me, which it doesn't, I won by 22 points. There's no way anyone would have beaten me that season.
If it's all right with you, Red, I'm going to replay a clip of Quicksilver from earlier.
I mean, I'm not particularly surprised. It always seemed clear to me that something fishy was going on. I'm very interested to see what happens next. Personally, I think Red number 3 should be banned from sand racing. It's only fair.
What would your response be to that?
I think it's just kind of stupid. Quicksilver just never got over me, a rookie, beating him in 2017. He knows I didn't do anything wrong, but he's still bitter.
So in your opinion, he's jealous of your success?
Exactly. It says a lot that Dragon's Egg is still supporting me. We had a hard-fought competition in 2017, which he wound up winning, but we both respect each other as competitors. I've trained with him before, and he knows I'm just a hard worker.
Can you honestly say that hard work was the reason that you won in 2018?
Yeah, I can. I mean, I think I'm lucky enough to have some natural talent, so that's part of it, but I really just put in the work. I trained harder than just about anyone else.
Okay, Red, we're almost out of time. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we finish up?
Look, I just want to thank all the fans who are still supporting me. I'll fight against this smear job for as long as it takes, and I will race again.
All right, Red number 3, thank you.
Red talks a big game, but his actions just don't match up with his words. If he was so positive he wasn't doing anything wrong, why didn't he let any of us know he wasn't a marble until he was discovered? The right thing would have been to notify the public before the start of his first race. He didn't do that. Why not? I'll tell you why not. He knew he was breaking the rules. He knew that he wouldn't be allowed to compete if people knew, because it gives him an unfair advantage. I've raced against him. He's more slippery than anyone else. I thought it was just training at first, but now I know it's his material. That's unfair, plain and simple. He's a cheater, and he shouldn't be allowed back.
Red number 3 came out with an impassioned defense of himself and his actions, but his opponents will not be silenced either. Will Red number 3 restore his honor and go on to compete in 2019? Or will his name, once synonymous with racing skill, sink into infamy? Will Red number 3 forever be known as not a marble?